children, welcome you all for the today's English class. Children, today this is our day 10 session of reading and writing. So make use of this opportunity, children. So please follow the instruction. Write the lines as it is. We are following because Principal Ma'am instructed clearly that only 6 lines need to be written every day on our sessions. So while we are sending the teaching videos, along with that we will send the handwriting video also. Please follow, read and send your videos, Ruby's English group, and write and send it to your handwriting book photocopies through Teachment. Please follow the instruction, children, and do as it is, children. Let's move on to the session now. Children, let's start the reading part. Your textbook, Honeydew, Chapter 1, Poem, The Ant and the Cricket. Children, look at the poem, The Ant and the Cricket, Poem 1, from page number 22, from our Honeydew book. Let's start today's reading part. Children, let's start today's reading part from first poem, The Ant and the Cricket, from page number 22. Look at the second stanza here. Already we have completed the first stanza in the previous reading part. Today we are going to see the second stanza. So look at the second stanza. Keep your fingers and follow me, children. At last by starvation. Starvation. S-T-A-R-V-A-T-I-O-N. Starvation. At last by starvation and famine. Famine. F-A-M-I-N-E. Famine. Made bold. B-O-L-D. Bold. At last by starvation and famine made bold. All dripping. D-R-I-P-P-I-N-G. Dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. T-R-E-M-B-L-I-N-G. Trembling with cold. All dripping. D-R-I-P-P-I-N-G. Dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. Away he set off to a miserly ant. Away he set off to a miserly ant. M-I-S-E-R-L-Y. Miserly ant. Look at the fourth line, children. To see if, to keep him alive. To see if, to keep him alive, he would grant. He would grant. G-R-A-N-T. Grant. Okay. So grant means leave. Grant means give. Grant us. So we used to use this word in the letter writing, children. So grant means give permission. Give. Grant means give. Allow. Like that. Okay. So let's read the first 4 lines again. At last by starvation and famine made bold. All dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. Away he set off to a miserly ant. To see if, to keep him alive, he would grant. Look at the next line here. Him shelter, S-H-E-L-T-E-R, shelter from rain, R-A-I-N, rain, and a mouthful of grain. Mouthful of grain, G-R-A-I-N, grain. He wished only to borrow. He wished only to borrow. B-O-R-R-O-W, borrow. Heed. H-E-D. Heed. H-E apostrophe D must be pronounced as heed. Heed. Replay it tomorrow. Repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. So that is the line, children. I'll repeat from the 5th line here. Him shelter for rain, from rain, and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow. He'd repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. So that's the next 5 lines, children. Let's read the stanza again. Keep your fingers and follow me. From page number 22, first poem, The Ant and the Cricket, second stanza. At last by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping wet with wet and all trembling with cold. Away he set off to a miserly aunt shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, he'd repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. SORROW, sorrow. So, borrow, tomorrow, sorrow. These three are rhyming words. Rain and grain is a rhyming word. Aunt and grant is a rhyming word. Bold and cold is a rhyming word. So in this stanza, the rhyming scheme is AA, BB, CC, DDD. So that is the rhyming scheme for this stanza, children. So I'll repeat the stanza again. At last by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, away he set off to a miserly aunt to see if he keep him alive he would grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, he'd repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. So that's the today's reading part, children. So read and send your reading video in the group. Now let's move on to the writing part. Children, take your handwriting book and follow the instruction. Write the date first, children. Then draw lines. And please follow the page. Maintain the page. Please don't write extra lines. Only when we have a English teaching video, we have write handwriting session. In that session, how many lines I am writing, the same line should be written in your handwriting book. So this will be checked by ma'am when you submit your handwriting book. So please write along with me and don't write the extra pages and don't write ugly. It should be neat with proper pattern. So as it is given the dotted lines, your handwriting should be maintained. So please cooperate with us and do the needful. Let's move on to the today's writing part. Children, let's start today's handwriting part here. Write today's date 5/9/2021. Today we are going to write this tick and U from page number 7. So from page number 7 we are going to write. First let me start with the tick, children. So see here. Sharp your pencil, all of you. Sharp it and write neatly over the dotted line, children, neatly. So first I am writing over the dotted line. Slowly write over the dotted line alone, children. Should not come out from the dotted line. First we need to write the dotted line, children. So I am writing the dotted line alone. See here, write over the dotted line like this. Try to write over the dotted line, children. Write neatly. Write over the dotted line. Next, that's all. I have completed the first line, children. Now I am writing this next line. See carefully and write. So write like this neatly, children. Write over the line and it should be inside the blue line one. So next line we are writing. Write neatly like this, children. So that's all. We have completed this lines. First stroke, the tick. So write date and start write, children. Then I am going to write the next stroke, that is U. Write over the dotted line slowly, children. First I am writing the dotted line. Write over the dotted line slowly like this. So follow the same pattern as it is. Write slowly like this, children. Neatly you have to write. So follow the same pattern like this. So neatly you have to write, children. So that's all. I've completed the dotted line, children. Now I am going to write the next line. So write over the dotted line. As it is, we have completed. So now I am writing the next line, children. See carefully. And so follow the same pattern as it is, children, like this. So follow the same as it is, children, here. So that's all I've completed. Write slowly like this inside the blue line. So that's all. We have completed this and this stroke, children, with date 5/9/2021 with tick and U. So complete these two and write with the date and line and send your assignment through Teachment, children. Send your handwriting through Teachment and your reading video in the group. So children, follow the instruction and do your work properly and send your assignments regularly.